Liftoff on the journey to immunity. At Frankfurt Airport, Heinz-Gert Pinkanel and his wife Katja are setting off for an unusual type of vacation. After months of searching for ways to get vaccinated abroad, they're off to Moscow. A round-trip package, complete with a Sputnik V shot.
We can't assume that we'll get vaccinated anytime soon in Germany, to be honest. But the more people that are vaccinated, the faster we'll achieve herd immunity. So if there's the option of getting vaccinated in Moscow, then that just makes sense.
The Norwegian travel operator is waiting for the guests from Germany on arrival. Most of them have booked the COVID package. It includes a tourist visa, a stay in Moscow, and the vaccination, all for just under 2,000 euros. 50 Germans are taking part in the first of these trips, and there's a lot of media hype, including from Russian state TV.
I feel like we're being stalked. I'm a lawyer, and sometimes when a deal we work on attracts a lot of media buzz, this can happen. But it's not quite at this level. I'm not political about this. I'm not a Kremlin critic or a Kremlin supporter. I'm fairly neutral. As long as I get my vaccine, then that's a great result.
But Russian authorities seem to have their own goals in mind. The so-called All-Russia People's Front, a political organization headed by President Vladimir Putin himself, has been providing visa support for the tour operator World Visitor.
Of course, this is PR for Russia, but what's the problem?
Sputnik V has become Russia's calling card around the world. Even its name is a clear nod to Soviet victories during the space race. The vaccine has been approved in over 60 countries worldwide. That despite questions about early trial data for the jab. Since the vaccine rollout kicked off in December, Vladimir Putin has been personally promoting Sputnik V and presenting Russia as a scientific superpower.
We've said from the start, and now it's been shown in practice as well, the Russian vaccine is the best in the world.
But people in Russia are still skeptical. Here, the vaccination campaign has been slow. COVID restrictions have been lifted almost entirely, leaving little incentive for people to get the jab. One survey says nearly 2/3 plan to steer clear of Sputnik V. Heinz-Gert Pinkanel doesn't share their doubts. On the day of his vaccination, politics is far from his mind.
I actually have a needle phobia.
Sputnik V has yet to be approved in the EU. But Heinz-Gert Pinkanel and his wife are glad that they could afford to travel for the jab.
It's a nice feeling to know that this worked out. And I honestly don't really care if it's been approved in Europe. For me, it's simple. I've been vaccinated now, and I feel safe. The studies so far have shown it's effective. And now we're looking forward to maybe being able to travel again in the future.
Vielleicht dann auch in Zukunft wieder reisen zu dürfen.
Now freshly vaccinated, it's time for some sightseeing. In Russia, the pandemic almost seems like a far-off memory, even if some experts warn a third COVID wave could already be underway. Here in her home country, Katja Harms is enjoying freedoms she's been missing in Germany.
I'm proud of my country, and I feel great here in Russia. In Germany, I've lost this sense of freedom, of strolling calmly down the street without a mask, eating at restaurants, traveling. It's wonderful.
In Deutschland, das ist ein permanentes Achterbahnfahren im Endeffekt.
In Germany, it's been a constant roller coaster ride. You never know what's next.
Man merkt, dass die Politiker.
You can tell that the politicians and decision makers are just floundering helplessly. And that makes you feel helpless as well. And at the same time, it also forces you to take on personal responsibility and book a trip like this one, for instance.
Auf der anderen Seite aber eben dazu treibt, Eigenverantwortung zu übernehmen und dann zum Beispiel so eine Reise zu buchen.
A controversial opinion, perhaps, but according to the tourist agency, hundreds of Germans have already booked their own vaccination trips to Moscow. Sputnik V would almost be a luxury item if it weren't so unpopular here at home.